Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone doing tonight? So let's get into some business grants. Okay, computer, let's come on. Okay. The devil. Okay, I'll do it from my phone. So there are several business grants for July and August. And so tonight I wanted to talk about the famous Amos $50,000 business grant, and then what do we need to have for our, come on computer, thank you. What do we need to have for our business to make our grant application stand out? Okay? So, for those who are new to my channel, I talk a lot about business grants, how to get them, why they are great. But if you don't know about business grants, or you're like, well, baby, who are you? I'm Joy. How you doing? And business grants are a great way to get money into your business because number one, it's debt-free money. It's free money. We do not have to pay the money back. It is not going to cut into your cash flow. It's not going to be a monthly note. Number two, there is no credit check. There are no financials needed, no P&L statement, no bank statements, no revenue requirements. So it's a very low barrier to entry to be able to receive business grants. You're going to fill out an application online and answer certain questions, okay? Now, to make your application stand out, here are a couple of things I think you should have. Number one, you need to have an LLC or a corporation. Some grants don't require it. You can be a DBA or a startup. If you're really trying to get some money, if you want your business to be taken seriously, then you need to take it seriously first by registering your business with your Secretary of State and getting an LLC or a corporation, okay? Number two, you want to look as professional as possible. Therefore, we need to have a professional or a branded email address. So info@yourbusinessname.com, customer service at yourbusinessname.com. We do not want to be applying for a business grant with a Gmail, with a Hotmail, with a Yahoo, with an iCloud, with a me.com email account. All of those email accounts are considered personal email accounts. You want to have a business or a branded email address. So you can go on GoDaddy.com, and when you buy your domain, your www.yourbusinessname.com, it's going to then ask you, do you want a branded email address? It's going to run you about $2 or $3 a month to have it. If you don't know how to get one, I have a mini webinar that walks you through the steps as to how to get your own branded email address. You can just comment email in the comments and a link will be sent to you. If your page is private, then DM me the word email. But you want to have a professional or a branded email address, okay? So info, customer service, your name, the beginning part doesn't matter. What you want is that ending part. So yourbusinessname.com, not Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, iCloud, any of that, okay? The next thing that we need to have is we need to have business social media. So when you are applying for grants, they are going to look your business up. They're going to do a Google search, and so we want things to pop up, okay? So you want to have a business email, a business social media. So Facebook, Instagram, whichever is your whatever social media site that you're on more, you want to have a business social media. Yes, you're probably going to have more followers on your personal social media. Yes, you can promote your business on your personal social media. However, we may not want the grant reviewer on your personal Instagram page, right? Maybe for the July 4th, you and your best friend was do-si-doing and twerking and doing all that fun stuff. We don't want the grant reviewer seeing that side of you. We just need them to see that corporate, that professional side of you. Okay, so for that reason, you want to have a branded I keep saying branded. You want to have a business social media. So your business for the icon, it should be your logo, and you want to have a nice clean bio as to what product or service that you sell, and then maybe give me, 6 rows of 6 squares if you're on Instagram. So 2 rows of some kind of branded content. So it's either showcasing your product, showcasing your services, giving content, giving information about what it is that you do. You want to make sure that your business has a logo, okay? A nice, clean logo. You can go on Fiverr.com and have someone make a logo. You can find a graphic designer, but make sure whoever is designing your logo that they are signing off on a copyright transfer agreement. So copyright rule is whoever creates the content owns the content. So whoever designs your logo, although you may pay them, you don't own that logo. The creator owns that logo. We don't want that. So you want to make sure that whoever is designing your logo, that they sign off on a copyright transfer agreement, which they are transferring their ownership interest in what they created to you. Okay. If you don't have one of those agreements, you can just comment copyright in the comments and a link will be sent to you. So, business email, business social media. We want to have a website or a landing page. A landing page is basically a 1-page website, but you want to have a website that shows what your business does. If we're in the beginning stage, if we're just starting our business, we can do a landing page. Just give me your logo, make up like a little slogan of what your business does. Give me a little one-liner of what it is that you're doing. You can have on the screen like your contact information, so like your email. So that way, when someone's Googling your business, something is popping up. It's not just crickets, okay? So if you want to have our LLC, we want to have our branded email address, we want to have our business social media, we want to have a website or a landing page, and we want to have a logo. These things are going to make your business stand out from the other businesses when it comes to applying for business grants. So besides business grants having a low barrier to entry, meaning there's not a lot of requirements as to what you have to be able to apply for a business grant. Unlike a loan, they're not going to run your credit. There's not going to be a revenue requirement. They're not going to want tax returns. They are really simple to fill out because you're just having to answer certain questions that they're asking, and most of the stuff is done online. Okay, so tonight I'm going to go over that famous Amos. The famous Amos grant is going to be for $50,000. I want to go over a business grant so people can kind of see what it actually entails, so you guys can kind of see how easy it is. I always tell entrepreneurs, apply for 5 to 10 business grants every single month. The first one will probably, take the most time because you got to figure out what your answers are. But most applications are going to ask for why you started your business, what challenges have you faced in your business, why do you need the money, what are you going to do with the money, and then what makes your business unique, what makes you different than the competition, okay? Once you write those answers down, all you really are doing are copying and pasting the same answers when you see that same question asked again. I'm going to go over the famous Amos grant, but a lot of the grant applications are going to be similar. So I want you to see how simple it is. If you don't already have my grant bundle, you can comment grants in the comments and a link will be sent to you. If your page is private, DM me the word grant. I have a grant bundle. It has over 1,000 business grants, and it also has training videos in there to kind of show you what to ask for, what not to ask for, all that good stuff. So here are going to be the requirements for the $50,000 famous Amos grant. If you do have my grant bundle, it's going to be number 384 in the grant bundle. Okay. Now, here are the requirements. They want your name. They want your business name. They want your business address. They want your business email. They want your tax ID, which would be your EIN number. And they want a business overview, which is basically what does your business do? And it says 250 word max. They want your business overview. So basically, what does your business do? What problem does your business solve? They want a link to your business website and social channels, so whatever social media you have. They want a headshot of the owner. And then they want a 90 to 120 second pitch video. Okay? In order to qualify for this grant, now this grant is going to be for Black-owned businesses, okay? So it has to be 90% Black-owned. You have to have been in business for 5 years or less. You have to be headquarters in the United States, and the business owner must be 21 years or older at the time of submission, and this grant is due on August 4th. So when it comes to doing this 90 to 120 second video pitch, that's going to be 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. You want to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. Okay. So baby, look at this Chick-fil-A. So I wouldn't do the video with, with my lunch sitting behind me. You want to either be like in a nice, clean environment, or if you have a brick and mortar, you want to be at your location, or if you have a product that you sell, you would want to be speaking to where you would have some kind of product placement, right? So if I was selling some supplements, I would have my supplements around me so they can see the packaging, blah, blah, blah. You want to kind of, you just don't want to have mess, trash, food in the background, right? You want to present yourself in the best of your ability. So if you wear makeup, let's put a little makeup on, a little gloss on. If you have any kind of embroidered with your logo, polo sweatshirt to represent your brand, have that. If you don't, whatever, you can be business casual, or if your business is in some kind of trade. So let's just say, I am a caterer. I make Joy's pound cake. I make the best pound cake in town. So I may have on my cooking attire. So you know how chefs will have either like a baker's hat, or they'll have like those white coats, or like either an apron that has Joy Chef. I don't know. Whatever showcases you with your business to the best of your ability, that's what you want to showcase. Okay. So we want to make sure that in our 90 to 120 second pitch, or in our 1.5 minute or 2 minute video, we have to be real concise. We don't have time to talk about, my grandmother baked and I sat in her kitchen and blah, blah, blah. You want to give them who you are and why you need this grant and what is so great about your business in 2 minutes. I would take the full 2 minutes. Okay. If you are nervous, it is okay. We're going to be ourselves. We don't want to sound scripted. So we're not going to, hi, my name is Joy and I am the owner of, Joy's Pound Cake. You want to showcase your personality. There is no need to try to be someone else. There is no need to, if you're more of an introverted person, we don't have to come out here with all this pizzazz. And if you have a whole lot of pizzazz, you don't want to be sitting here trying to be still. You want to really be as real as possible, because real is transparent, and transparent is what sells. They want to feel like they really understand who you are as the business owner. As we are talking about why we need this grant money, we want to make sure that we are always putting our best foot forward, meaning we're going to represent our business as positive as possible. We're not going to talk about the problems that we're facing. We're not going to say, I am barely holding on. The doors are about to close. Here's my eviction notice. I haven't had a client in 3 months. We are not giving a pity party, okay? So for a business grant, they're looking to give money to entrepreneurs to start or grow their business. So they're looking for you to, even if it's not doing good, we still have a positive outlook on life, okay? So saying all that to say, we're not going to tell them all our negative business. We're going to talk about the positive things about our business. So if we're new, we're going to talk about how we are the next hottest thing. We are up and coming. We are boom, boom, boom. If we've been in business, you want to showcase how you are seasoned. You've been in business for blah, blah, blah. If maybe you are new to this industry, but you've been in business before, you want to highlight everything that's great about you as the owner and your company, right? So, hi, I'm Joy, and I have been an entrepreneur for the past 18 years. And this year, I decided to start Joy's Pound Cake, and I have my grandmother's recipe. Not only is it the best moist pound cake, and I will, of course, have a picture of, I'll be sitting in the kitchen, right, with my pound cake in front of me. It's probably sliced open so they can kind of see the inside, how moist it is. And I'll be talking about what's different in my pound cake is I use all organic ingredients, or it's just good, right? It's good. It's full of calories, and you aren't going to have another pound cake as moist as this. I may cut into the pound cake, eat it. I'm a little extra. If your business is doing something for a cause, right? Like, if you hire convicted felons, if you are always donating, blah, 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 you want to highlight that. If your business does something and it's new, right? So there's a problem in the industry and your business is doing something different. Let me give an example. Okay, I have a skincare line. Here is my facial serum, and this facial serum is designed for people that have acne. Okay, so a lot of times facial serums will be too drying, which aggravates the acne. But my facial serum has avocado oil and macadamia oil, which has been proven to be able to dry out the pus or the infection for acne, to help give clearer skin. I'm just freestyling, right? I don't know anything about skin. If your product does something that is unique or different, you want to showcase that. If there's a problem that's not being solved and you're now solving the problem, then you want to showcase that. So maybe I live in a rural environment, in a small town. I live in let's say Iowa, right? And in Iowa, in my city in Iowa, there's only like a couple of bakeries, right? So they have cakes, cupcakes, the regular thing. But what I do is I sell homemade Rice Krispie treats in different flavors, and I sell candied and caramel apples in different flavors and variations. So for Joy's Sweets and Treats, what I do is I am the only candied apple and custom Rice Krispie treat bakery in Timbuktu, Iowa. So everyone who is tired of the regular birthday cakes, cupcakes for celebrations, weddings, office parties, I bring a new look, a new pizzazz, a new oomph in the dessert world. Whatever it is that you do that's different, you want to showcase that, right? If I am a CPA and I am trying to grow my accounting practice, do I work mostly with individuals? Do I work mostly with businesses? How long have I been in business? What am I doing different? So I have Joy's bookkeeping service, and I am dedicating to helping new entrepreneurs understand how to keep their books, how to file their taxes, so that they're not overpaying in taxes, but they're following the IRS code to make sure they don't get hit with any kind of tax penalties 5 or 6 years later, because a lot of new owners don't know what to do when it comes to filing their taxes. Whatever it is that you do, you have to sell yourself. Okay, so there's no need to like make up something. We don't have to use any big words. You don't have to sound like you have a PhD. There in these requirements, nothing said college, nothing said talk with proper grammar, nothing said big words, nothing said you had to have be on the honor roll when you was in high school. It didn't say any of that, right? You got to be able to sell yourself. So what is it about you and or your business that is unique, that is the selling point? If you get up here on this video and you're mumbling and you're looking all around and you sound bored and you don't sound confident, you're not going to get the grant. Okay, so people say, what is your approval weight? What is the guarantee rate? Baby, there is nothing guaranteed in life. Okay, no one on this live is guaranteed to wake up tomorrow morning. You got to be able to sell yourself. So what is it about your business that is so great? I'll transform it. Why did you start your business? Right? Obviously, you started your business because you saw either a problem in the industry, or maybe you were good at doing something. You got let go from your job, and your passion is you are a great organizer. So now you are being flown around the US of A organizing celebrities' closets. You have to kind of be able to showcase your passion for your business, your passion for why it is, what you're doing, and how you love your business, right? Next is going to be a little snippet in this 2-minute video that you're about to do. Why do you need this money? I would focus more on who you are, what's so great about your business, and then we're going to throw in why you need the money. Why we need the money needs to be something that's going to make you money. Okay, we're not going to be over here talking about I'm late on my bills. I just need some extra money. I need operating costs. I just need like a little stash so I'm not stressed every month. Baby, this is business. It's eat or get eaten, kill or get killed. There is no business savior where, hey, you want to start a business. Here is the piggy bank for all the money that you need. That's not how business goes, right? But what does your business need to help you make more money? Do you need a nice marketing campaign? Do you need to maybe do a whole little photo shoot with either you or your products? Do you need to kind of revamp your website so you have a website, but you was on a budget when you started your business and maybe you did it yourself on Wix, or maybe you went and hired someone for real cheap, or your little cousin Kiki threw it up for you real quick because he took a computer class at the community college, and she's maybe like a little bootleg or like a little base that you want to kind of rev her up some. Do you need some equipment? Maybe you either don't have equipment to do something, or you have some equipment, but maybe it's outdated. And if you were to get some newer equipment, you can do your job either more effectively or faster. Do you need to maybe hire some employees to come in to help you either do the work or come in and do the day-to-day work, answering the phones, emails, booking appointments, social media, while you can kind of spend more time in your business? Do you need to buy more inventory? If you're able to buy your inventory in a bigger quantity, you'll be able to get it cheaper. So maybe I sell these earrings and it costs me $20 to buy this earring here in the US, and I'm selling it for $40. But if I bought the earrings in China, I can get them for $5. But to get them for $5, I gotta buy 200 of them, versus here in the US, I can make a small order of maybe 10 or 50. So asking for a grant to be able to buy your inventory in a larger quantity, that way every time you sell your inventory, you're making a bigger profit because your costs are now reduced. Do you have any kind of software that you need that may be expensive, right? Maybe some software or a CRM system, something that is, trade related, you need it, but it's a little costly. Or Maybe you need some kind of legal fees, right? So maybe you need to do a trademark for your business, or if I am doing Joy's facial serum, but I need to now outsource my facial serum to be mass produced and bottled and sent back to me, but I can't just send my formula to the manufacturing company. I would need to either get a trade secret or get a patent on my formula to protect that. So I'm asking for attorney fees to get that. Maybe I have been, doing my business out of my home or on mobile. I could be a mobile nail tech, a mobile massage artist, a mobile masseuse, a mobile esthetician, a mobile tattoo, a tattoo artist, and now it's time for me to have my brick and mortar, have my office space, and maybe I need help with that security deposit or the rent, or maybe I need help with doing a remodel in my brick and mortar. What does your business need that's going to make you money in the next 30 days? That's what you want to ask for. Okay. So we're not talking about a pity party. We're not, woe is me, I don't have any clients, I'm about to get evicted. And then again, you don't want to act like you've done nothing. There's no kind of investment. You don't want to be asking for the LLC formation money. Like, honey, if you can't invest in yourself, why do you want famous Amos to invest in yourself? Right. So you gotta kind of have some skin in the game, especially when it comes to a $50,000 grant, because you're also going to be competing against other businesses who have put some skin in the game. Okay, so if anything of what I'm saying is making sense, drop me a money sign in the chat. If anything is making, why's my bangle on here? If anything of what I'm saying is making sense as to how to make your business stand out, how you're going to, ace this video, give me a money sign in the chat. Okay. So just a quick recap. They're going to want your name. They're going to want your business name, your business address, your business email, no Gmail, your tax ID. They're going to want a business overview of 250 words max as to what it is that your business does. They want the links to your business website and social channels. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you're on. They're going to want a headshot of the business owner. And they're going to want a 90 to 120 second pitch video of you talking about your business. Now for the headshot, once again, I wouldn't have, a club video. I would be dressed either in my business attire, or what's going to be a headshot. If you don't have a professional headshot, baby, you can go stand in front of a white wall and get you a nice little tripod, or have someone hold this iPhone up and then get you a nice picture that's giving you this, right? But you want to have either a beige wall or a white wall. You want to have, just something that's just clean, right? If nothing is clean at your house, go to the mall, go to the library, go somewhere where you can go find you a white wall, and then just stand in front of that wall and just give you a nice headshot. Okay. So you don't have to go to Olin Mills. You don't have to hire a photographer, and have your makeup and get a new wig. We're not asking for all that. This is not a beauty pageant, right? You want to still look nice, but I'm not saying you got to go spend all this money to get this grant. I'm trying to make it as cost effective as possible, but you still want to be professional. Okay. So they want you to submit what I just said along with typing in this information. So when you click on the application, they want your first name, last name, your email address, your company name. They want to know, have you ever been a judge or a speaker at a seminar for this program? So have you ever judged a famous Amos grant before? Are you a licensed alcohol beverage manufacturer, retailer, or distributor? Yes or no. Are you related to any employee, agent, director, or officer at Ferrero USA? That's a sponsor. So if your mama, your cousin, if anyone that you're related to works for Ferrero, I'm going to assume you're going to be disqualified. Are you a nonprofit organization? Are you 21 years or older? Is your business 90% or more Black owned? And then is your business located in the 50 states? They just want the 50 states. So U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, you are excluded. You're going to type in that information. And then they're going to want you to submit the other information I was telling you about regarding the video. Let me go back. The video, your tax ID. Baby, that's the application for $50,000. Okay? So if you don't have my grant bundle, comment grant in the comments and a link will be sent to you. If your Instagram page is private, I can't send you the link. So you have to DM me the word grant. This is the famous Amos business grant. It's for $50,000. But this is how simple it is for you to win a business grant. Okay. So all of the entries must be submitted by Sunday, August 4th. If you are chosen, they will let you know. And then if you are chosen, you will then have to submit a 500-word summary explaining their business's greatest need and how the award will assist with that need. So basically, if your business needs $50,000, they want to know, like, what are you going to actually be using this money for? So what you want to do is you want to research what it is that your business needs and then have a cost for that. So if I am Joy's bookkeeper and I am looking for a $50,000 grant, I will probably be asking for some marketing expenses, some payroll expenses for other employees, some software expenses, and maybe some equipment, right? So if I'm Joy's bookkeeping and I am doing bookkeeping for businesses, maybe I need to hire an assistant or a secretary to kind of help me with the intake process, help me answering the phones, helping, call back the clients, letting them know what information they need so that my full time can be just on my consultations with my clients. Maybe I need to do a marketing campaign. So if I'm doing bookkeeping, whether I'm trying to just do it just in my town, or if I'm also going to be marketing my bookkeeping services to the US of A, I may need to kind of do a whole little like marketing campaign. So maybe I need to, invest in getting on some podcasts or, getting some video content of, hi, I'm Joy the bookkeeper, explaining what I do and why businesses need bookkeeping. Maybe I may have some influencers, promoting my brand. Maybe I need some kind of special software to kind of help, or maybe some more equipment. I'm going to write down everything I need and the cost of that, and then I'm going to explain how that's going to make me more money. If I am Joy's Pound Cake, maybe it's time for me to get out of my personal kitchen and be able to now rent some commercial kitchen time. Maybe I'm growing and I'm now shipping my pound cake. Maybe it's time for me to have my own packaging, right? So I've been kind of, bootlegging it, going to Sam's Club, getting like just some basic packaging. Maybe I want to have some custom packaging or invest in some stickers and putting it on the generic packaging, making it look like my packaging. Maybe I want to be able to order my ingredients in bulk, the ingredients that won't spoil in bulk. Maybe I'm going to be picking up some more catering jobs. So I need some more employees to help me do my events, or maybe I even need a company van to help me, load all this stuff in. Once again, I don't know what it is that your business needs, but to apply for this grant, they're not asking you what you need. So we don't even have to, jump down that wall yet. All we have to do is knock out this 2-minute video and, submit the application. Once you're chosen, so in the interim, probably going to take them 30 to 60 days to kind of go through all the applications. You can then be kind of seeing, what all do I need for this $50,000 grant. Now, whatever you are filling out a grant, Always write down the question and your answer, because as I'm saying, every business should be applying for 5 to 10 grants a month. When you apply for your next grant, 9 out of 10 times, the question that you just answered in the last grant application is going to be on this application. So instead of having to come up with the same answer, you can just look at your previous answer. The one thing that you will change will be your budget. So this famous Amos grant is $50,000. You may be applying for the FedEx grant that may be $30,000. So if I'm changing the grant amount, I then got to change my budget, because my budget needs to match the grant amount. So I'm not asking for $10,000 on a $30,000 grant, and I'm not asking for $50,000 on a $30,000 grant. So the one thing that will change will be my budget. But once you write your budget out, it's just taking some things off, adding some things to match whatever is going to be that grant amount. Okay, so once again, famous Amos grant, $50,000. Application is due on August 4th. If you don't have my grant bundle, comment grant in the chat and a link will be sent to you. If your Instagram page is private, DM me the word grant. If you are watching this video on my YouTube or my TikTok page, click the link in my bio or go to my website and get my grant bundle. This grant's going to be number 384 in my grant bundle. My grant bundle is going to give you 1,000 business grants. The list is going to be updated every single month. So every single month, you know exactly what business grants are available. You have lifetime access to the bundle. I also have training videos like this talking about what to apply for, what to ask for, what not to ask for. But more importantly, it is really simple to apply for business grants. Take one Sunday out of the month, apply for 5 business grants, and do that every single month. The more you apply for grants, number one, you're going to get comfortable applying for the grants. Number two, you're going to then see they're really asking the same questions. Number three, the more grants you apply for, the more likelihood, or you increase your likelihood of winning a grant. Number four, as you're applying for grants all throughout the year, you're now increasing the likelihood of you winning more grants, and now you're able to get money all throughout the year to help you with your business, okay? Most of the grants are going to be online, answering questions, just like how we did tonight. Nothing that's just, a hard question to answer. But what makes your application stand out is having all of the other things I mentioned before. So having your logo, having your LLC, having your branded email address, having your website or a one-page landing page, having your business social media, not asking for things that are not going to make you money. So don't ask to catch up on bills, pay off debt, pay yourself. Operating expenses. I just need money just to hold me over. We want to ask for things that are going to help us make money. Okay. So if you've ever applied for a grant and you're discouraged because you never won a grant before, ask yourself, did I have all of these things when I applied? If you did you ask for what I'm telling you to ask for? Things that will help your business make money. Okay. So that is how simple it is. That is the famous Amos $50,000 grant. There are grants everywhere. So if you can't afford my bundle, you can Google business grants. Grants do not have to be industry specific. So if I'm an interior designer, I don't have to apply to an interior designer to an interior designer grant. You're looking for small business grants. Now, there are some industry-specific grants. There are some women-owned business grants. There are some minority-owned business grants. There are some veteran-owned business grants. I have all of that in my grant bundle also. But the most common grant is going to be a small business grant. Besides Googling for business grants, you can look at websites like helloalice.com. You can look at grantwatch.gov. You can contact your local chamber of commerce. You can look at your state. You can look at different business organizations if you're trying to find a grant. But grants are a great way to get cash flow into your business that, number one, you don't have to pay back. So it's not going to affect your cash flow. It's not going to create any more debt for your business. It's not going to put you out of the business because now you can't afford it. And then there's a low barrier to entry. So it's not going to require tax returns, bank statements, or a certain revenue amount. There's no credit check. You can have a criminal history. Grants are a great way of getting capital into your business to start, grow, or expand your business. Okay, so I want to challenge everyone to get this famous Amos grant in, or any other grant I have in my grant bundle. Be applying for grants every single month. If you have my grant bundle, it can be a little overwhelming because there are a lot of grants on there. You just go to July. Go to July, see what grants you qualify for there. And then once you go through July, you can start looking at August, right? But don't just look at August now, and then when August comes, you don't look again, because I'm constantly adding grants to the bundle, and then I'm also updating links. So on the 1st of August, go back and see if you missed any grants that you can apply for, but make sure you're applying for 5 to 10 business grants every single month, so that you can get debt-free income into your business that's not going to affect your cash flow. Okay, I will save this live on my page. If you came in late, you can kind of get the beginning of going over this famous Amos $50,000 grant, and then I did give away some tips and tricks as to how to make your business stand out. If you need my grant bundle, comment grants in the comments. If your page is private, DM me the word grant and I will send you the link. Everyone have a fabulous night, and I will, of course, see you at the bank.